welcome to our technical channel Ganesh Piping. We wish you, on behalf of our entire team, a very happy Diwali and a prosperous new year coming ahead. This is the final episode in our second series of sessions on offshore oil and gas sector. So this actually is not the part of the technical, I would say, the topics which we have discussed for the offshore segment. However, this topic is important as far as the oil spill or the environmental disasters that are associated with the hydrocarbon sector. So before we start this video, I would like to insist you to subscribe to our channel, like our video and share it with your friends and colleagues so that maximum people can take the advantage of this free training program. I would also like to inform you that the entire training program on offshore hydrocarbon sector is now available online and at a very cheaper cost. You can click on the link provided in the description of this video and attend the full training program. So coming to the topic, we are going to see today the oil spill. And if I oil spills is the release of liquid petroleum hydrocarbons into the environment, especially into the marine ecosystem, I mean the sea and the ocean, due to the human activities, and that is a form of or a kind of a pollution. So we can see the images. This basically is an image of a crane or a marine bird who was affected due to the oil spill, and I believe that both the images are from the Gulf War, where we have seen the crisis develop due to the release of hydrocarbons, the crude oil, into the marine environment, and it was, I think, deliberate release due to the belligerent parties who were into the war. So because of that, the world has seen biggest of its kind in the history, the oil spill. So now we will move ahead and see what are the sources of the oil spill. So what we have discussed is the oil spill that we have seen in times of the Iraq war. But apart from the war, also there are several other occasions when this oil spill was found, and what are the measures to rectify that oil spill and uh, restore what environmental damage has been made to restore the to recover that environmental damage. So before that, before moving ahead, we will see what are the sources of oil spills into the ocean. uh, One is the natural seep. So what is natural seep? Like, for example, we have seen that the hydrocarbon reserves are buried beneath the seabed. So naturally, whenever these hydrocarbons they seeps out into the ocean, so it creates a kind of an oil spill. So this natural spill, and another, we can see that if suppose some well is being completed, it has been properly produced, and then at the end of the well's life we have to abandon the well. So there is a complete procedure which describes that how the well has to be abandoned. So the mouth of that well is sealed, and then the well is declared to be abandoned. However, after a prolonged period of time, if the activity of well abandonment has not been done properly, or if there are some errors in that, condition may arise that some hydrocarbon may seep out of that. So that is also a kind of seepage. Second one is the oil tanker and the vessels. So a lot of marine transportation of the hydrocarbon is being done, and in addition to that, finished products of the hydrocarbon like gasoline, that is petrol, diesel, naphtha, etc. So they are being transported from one location to other, that is the refined products. And if there is because of some reason, if they spill over into the sea, then that is also a kind of oil spill. The offshore platforms, in offshore platforms also, we have seen in the previous sessions that the produced water after treatment is being discharged back into the sea. However, if there are uh, problems or issues associated with the produced water, or even if the produced water is not treated properly, or even if it is treated, some amount or some traces of hydrocarbon is still present into the produced water. So if tons and tons of produced water is being discharged into the sea, then also it creates a situation like an oil spill in the region which is surrounded, which is into the oil field or the oil offshore platform region. Then the final one is the subsea pipelines leakages. If there are leakages, like we have seen in many cases that one trunk line is connected with several other satellite wells, and if there is a leakage in any of this network, then it is very difficult to identify. However, there are certain instrumentations which are devised to identify such kind of leakage, but it is not in a single stroke. Over a due period of time, this kind of leakages can be identified and then it can be rectified. But meantime, there is always oil spill which we come across. So now global bodies have created a legislation like for the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, and several other governments also have taken strong measures to protect the environment, marine environment in their of their country, surrounding their country. So that is a separate part. And today we have discussed only the sources, and to highlight the topic that there is something called as oil spill, and which has a very devastating effect on the environment, marine environment. So that's it today for this training, and this is the end of the episodes what we have discussed for the offshore hydrocarbon sector. So we are very keen to have your feedback on how you feel about our session 1 and session 2. This is the final session, second session of on the offshore. So we are waiting to read your comments. You can put your valuable comments and also feedbacks and suggestions to us in the comment section of this video. I would be very keen to read your comments. And once again, I wish you happy learning and have a fantastic day ahead. Thank you and good day.